Rejection, a human experience. Dear friends, we are told that Jesus went through all human experiences except sin. The Gospel of today, Mark chapter 6, verses 1 to 6, presents Jesus speaking in a synagogue of his hometown, Nazareth. But people responded to his message very negatively. Where did this man get all this? Is not this the carpenter? Is not he the son of Mary? Another mode of rejection. Usually, children are identified with the name of their father. Maybe they wanted to degrade him and say that he is the illegitimate son of Mary, and they took offense at him. Matthew records in his gospel that the rejection was so great that they wanted to throw him down the hill on which their own town was situated. But facing all these anger and rejection, Jesus walked right through the crowd and went on his way. Luke chapter 4, verse 30. What a powerful and majestic response. Jesus did not react, but he responded. Where did Jesus get this power from? Jesus is returning to his hometown for the first time after his baptism at the river Jordan. The Holy Spirit reveals to Jesus who he really is. You are my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Through prayer and constant awareness, Jesus is deeply rooted in his identity as a Son of God. No threats and violence could shake him from this conviction. Though his countrymen tried to label him with the other outward and apparent definitions, he remained firm. His response was filled with the power of the Holy Spirit. We too go through rejections in our life. Rejections can begin even from our mother's womb. There are many who have survived the abortion attempts by their mothers. Even at birth, children experience rejection. Maybe they were born with gender contrary to the parents' expectations. All these feelings of rejection are deeply embedded wounds in our innermost being. Often in our adult age, they appear as reactions to situations and people. Like Jesus, we too, in our day-to-day life, experience rejection from our dear ones at home, our friends, our work spot. We often react with anger, or we suppress our anger, which later turns into deep depression and sadness. In the first reading, we are told how God reacted with anger for the rejection from the Israelites. Amos chapter 3 and 4. But this is a mere human interpretation of God's response. God made man in Jesus has a different and genuine response. You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, do not resist one who is evil. But if anyone strikes you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. Matthew chapter 5, verses 38, 39. We can learn from Jesus that these rejections have no power over us. Like Jesus, we can walk through them. by not reacting, but by responding as he did. Empowered by the Holy Spirit of God, we too can remain rooted in our identity that we are children of God in these challenging situations. Rejections can be turned into opportunities for growth instead. A monkey on a coconut tree hurled a coconut at the head of a holy monk. The monk picked it up, drank the milk, ate the flesh, and made a bowl from the shell. Thank you for your criticism of me. May our reactions be replaced by positive responses by the power of the Holy Spirit living in us. May God bless us all.